Racial discrimination, especially when experienced frequently and over a long period of time, can have harmful effects on minorities' health, including negative mental health outcomes. These include depression, anxiety, and post traumatic stress. Considering that not much is known about what causes these issues, we aim to explore how racial discrimination changes the brain. Based on our scoping review, we observed that racial discrimination disrupts the body's natural stress response. Unfortunately, the results are unclear as to how these things are related. We believe that the race of the interviewers may contribute to the inconsistencies in results. When being interviewed about racial discrimination, a person of color might feel more pressured or awkward about discussing their experience with a white person. We would like to investigate whether the salivary stress hormone level is different when being interviewed by a white versus an African American person during a discussion about racism. A difference in the cortisol response with either white or African American researchers would indicate that this factor is important to control to better understand how the brain is more stressed with the discussion of racial discrimination. So we propose a study where approximately 70 African American subjects complete the perceived discrimination scale and then are randomly selected to complete an interview with either a white or African American interviewer. Then they would come back in a few days later to complete the same test and be interviewed by the interviewer from the other racial background. We would take saliva samples before, midway, and after the interview, and then we would then compare the participants' results between the two interview conditions and observe whether the cortisol levels are different. So, to sum it up, we want to create a study that tests the body's stress response to racial discrimination while better controlling for the researchers. This information would clarify whether the race of the interview does have an impact on a subject's cortisol levels and would thus improve the methodology of studies on racial discrimination. We are kindly asking for $25,000 to fund research participant compensation for their time and their potential travel, as well as cortisol test costs. Thank you so much for listening.